Hello and welcome to our cheese and wine tasting. We're back again. A lot of the same old faces, old now that we've done one. And we've got some new folks. The people who are not here that were here last time, they didn't get upset or anything. They'll be back next time. It's fall, it's busy. So we are tasting some really great Canadian cheeses tonight, some terrific Ontario wines. We're going to jump right into it, and we're going to start on the left with quick intros. Allie, let's hear from you.
Hi everybody, my name is Allie Hughes. I am the marketing manager for the Canadian Food and Wine Institute, and I also run Hughes & Company, where you can find all of my food and wine blogging. I'm located in the heart of wine country in Niagara, Ontario.
Terrific. Who's next there? How about Karina?
Over to you. All right. My name is Courtney Flood. We're here in Ottawa. Well, actually, we're in Gatineau right now.
I'm close enough.
In Elmer.
Yeah.
And my website is www.tgiwineday.blogspot.ca. And my Twitter handle is @FloodCourtney.
Terrific.
Hi, I'm Karina Horton, and I have the blog cheapgypsy.ca, where I explore the great big world of gastronomy, a little wine, a little slice of life. And if you see a handsome man walking behind us, that's Chef B, known to our Food Gypsy readers.
Terrific. Dan.
Hi, my name is Dan Trecca. I'm based in Toronto, and my day job, I'm a researcher. And at night, I like to review wines. I review on Hadley's webpage as well as on my own webpage, which is grapeselections.com.
Nice.
And
nice.
I recommend wines on my website, which are available at the LCBO, as well as some wines that are available on consignment.
Perfect. Okay, Jason. Oh, okay. Jason.
My name is Jason Solanki. I'm a wine blogger, and you can find me at vintagewinepicks.blogspot.com. You can also find me on Twitter at connoisseur, CONO_SUR. Over to you, Gabby.
So I'm Gabby. We both in Richmond Ground. This is Gabby Israel, and I'm a contributor at a website. And my main goal is to find good wines that can be sold for a long time. It doesn't require another mortgage.
Okay, all right. Mark.
Hi everybody, my name is Mark Britton. I'm based in Toronto, Ontario. I'm maybe more commonly known online as T.O. Wineman. I am a wine blogger with www.towineman.com and on Twitter @TOWineman.
Perfect. All right, Nina. Stay on, Nina. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Hi. I'm in Toronto, and my website is ninawinetravel.com, and my Twitter is Wine and Food Love, because I love wine and I love food and I love to make food and eat food. And I'm a wine blogger, and I love this word, wine connoisseur. So everything about wine is right now is very exciting.
Perfect. Great to have you with us. All right, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Connolly. I'm here in Toronto at the Wine Establishment. My website, or our website, is thewineestablishment.com. I have the director of the Wine Establishment here, Cindy. I don't know if you want to cut it.
Hello.
Hello, Cindy.
Cindy, the lovely Cindy. I have a blog. It is thewineestablishment.blogspot.ca, and we're also on Facebook at The Wine Establishment, and my Twitter handle is SarkonSarah.
Perfect. All right, and Travis.
Thanks. I'm in Guelph, Ontario. My blog is pullthecork.wordpress.com, and it's carried in the Guelph Mercury. I started blogging mostly to see if I could make my brother laugh. He lives over in Spain, and I was interested to find out this week that the third most popular search term to get to my blog site was Speedy Gonzalez. That tells you all you need to know about my wine blog, maybe.
Wow, congratulations, Travis.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we are going to jump right into it with Karina and Courtney. We're trying to impose just a little bit more structure this time. You guys are on the big screen. You lead us off, would you please, with we're going to maybe introduce the creamy cheese and the suggested whites, which could be completely wrong. You tell us.
Well, actually, this has been a subject of debate for the last 15 minutes or so.
Yes.
So we started with the Riesling, which is a nice little Riesling.
Okay.
The cheeses, too.
Well, yes, we're pairing with the Comfort Cream Cheese.
From Upper Canada Cheese in Niagara.
Okay. And do you have, oh, looks good. Do you have the bottle there just so we can see what which wine we're tasting?
We've got,
that's okay. Don't worry.
We have the open.
Yeah. Oh, open, right. Yes, that's the other one.
Chardonnay.
Good.
And the Jackson Twix Riesling.
There we go. Handy to have a chef there. So what do you think?
So, well, we really like both the wines. We didn't have any problems with either of the wines. We just didn't find that we found a good match.
Okay.
Which is a gorgeous cheese. It's buttery. It's nutty,
earthy, some mushroom. I did like it with the Riesling for sure. There's really good acidity on this Riesling, bit of fruitiness, a bit of honey, and it really cuts through the creaminess.
Yes, it does. And I like this as an opening wine because today I've been cooking all day and I have been having a lot of strong flavors, tasting a lot of strong flavors, and so it's nice to have a really fresh, open taste in my mouth with the Riesling, which is one of the nice things about a Riesling, for sure.
Absolutely. It's a nice aperitif.
Mm-hmm.
And now, we'll come back to you guys if you have some more comments, but I think it was Travis. I also wanted to hear from you on what you thought of these pairings.
I found the Camembert was interesting. I'm fortunate that right next door to me is a fromagier. It's a girl she's a librarian by day, but she studies cheese and travels all over the world. And
wow.
she told me to look at the Camembert to see that the Camembert ripens from the outside in. And there's a little thing, if you look in the middle of the Camembert that you have, it's not quite, sort of put out there, it's not quite ripe on all the way through. It's sort of squishy on the outside, and they call that the puck on the inside, which she loves, by the way. So, little Camembert background things I didn't know until yesterday. I like the pairing with the Riesling. It's crisp enough to cut through some of the Camembert, sort of the sulfites that come out of Camembert, I think.
Yeah.
But it's got a little bit of sweetness, like you said, Natalie, for it to be a nice aperitif.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it best with the Riesling.
Okay, so Travis, Courtney, and Karina, you weren't that keen, back to you gals, on the Chardonnay. Did you find maybe a red wine worked better or a different white with this Camembert?
We were talking about that.
Yeah, I think a Pinot would probably be a better pairing with it. The Chardonnay is just, it's really fruity and there's not as much acidity as I would have expected on a Chardonnay.
And for me, I'd like a little bit more oak if I was going to do the Chardonnay.
Yeah.
What about
that would really bring out and enhance that cheese, in my opinion.
Okay.
What do you think of Le Clos Jardin with the Camembert?
Was that Sarah?
The oak Chardonnay?
Yeah, the oak Chardonnay.
With the Camembert?
Yeah. Did you think
I thought it was better, the Le Clos Jardin, because it was more buttery. With the fat content of a creamy Camembert, I thought it was better. I like how the Riesling cut through it.
Technically, it's easier because it's pasteurized milk. So if it were unpasteurized milk, then it would be a Camembert. But this is
and it's from Niagara.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and here's I've got all of these on the blog, but the Le Clos Jardin, it's we're talking now a $30, $35 Chardonnay versus the Open, which is, I guess, only about $12. Good value, but yeah, very different styles. Anyone else got a comment on the Camembert? A different pairing altogether than what we've been talking about? You're all happy. You've all got cheese.
I personally, I think I agree with Travis on the Le Clos Jardin pairing with the Camembert. I agreed that I thought the butter and the oak, or the butter and the cheese and the creaminess in the cheese just screamed for the oak. But I'd also argue that, what wouldn't pair well with that Le Clos Jardin would be my opinion.
True.
So it's kind of a tough one.
That is true. And I guess...
anything with it.
Sorry?
I said I would like anything with Le Clos Jardin. I think it's
my point exactly, yeah.
Yeah, Le Clos Jourdain pairs well with Le Clos Jourdain. But I think what Courtney, you had the comment about the Camembert having some mushroomy taste, so therefore you were bringing in the Pinot Noir, which can have that wild, earthy, mushroomy taste. Yeah. Any other suggestions on this one, or should we move on to the next one? That's good discussion.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think that this Pinot Noir is really one of those earthy Pinot Noirs. It's kind of a lighter version, really, really fruit forward, and I didn't love it with this Camembert.
Okay, so it didn't have enough of that
It's not
Pinot
one of those,
character.
like mushroomy, earthy ones, so it just didn't do it for me.
Would you put that Pinot Noir with any other particular cheese, one that we haven't got to yet, Allie?
Well, I can tell you as I taste, I suppose.
Oh, I see. Not to rush you. Palates need time. Okay. All righty. Well, why don't we move on to the Alpine cheese, and we'll go with...
First of all, what a cheese. This is exactly what I like in a cheese. It's beautiful. I think with Le Clos Jourdain, it worked pretty well. I really like about this wine that it has those toasty French oak notes to it. You can tell that it spent quite a bit of time in barrel. It's got a nice creamy mallow palate. I really liked it, and I think with this cheese it worked pretty well. After I tasted the cheese, which has sort of a natural sweetness to it, the wine sort of draws out those melony, sort of honey-like flavors, and the vanilla baking spice from the barrel notes. So I thought it was a great pairing with the Le Clos Jourdain Chardonnay. With the Pinot Noir, like I was saying before, it's a really sort of fruit-forward and light, approachable Pinot Noir. And for the same reasons, I thought this cheese worked pretty well. I would prefer it with Le Clos Jourdain, but we kind of already established that I would prefer almost anything with Le Clos Jourdain.
Very good. Okay, and Allie, before we just open it up here, tell us this cheese is from where? It's Charlevoix. It sounds like it's from Quebec. Is that correct? I'm just looking at it.
Yes, I believe it is Quebec. I think it's called Alpine Don Crutenay Alpine Cheese Company.
Okay.
It almost reminds me of like a Bella Vitano style cheese. It's got sort of that, it's nice and smooth, but it's got like almost like a grittiness to it. It's good. It's really
Yeah. They call those the cheese crystals, and it's that textural thing, that the grittiness that you're talking about, a good gritty, and then the smooth creaminess. How are you guys doing? Jason, Gabby?
Well, you tell us how.
Yeah, we can't hear you very well. I think you're going to need earbuds or something. Or I don't know. Or take turns. One person, then the other. We'll let you figure that out. Who else has got a comment on the on this next cheese?
I just was gonna say that I did like the Chardonnay, but I think Pinot Noir works really great. It pairs great because it kind of neutral this cheese, and it allows to show the beauty of the wine and of the cheese in the same time. When the Chardonnay just, talks about itself mostly. And I love this Chardonnay, oak Chardonnay, but when we talk about pairing, it should be harmony, right? So I really like the Pinot Noir with this cheese.
That's awesome. I like the way you put that, Nina. Like the Chardonnay talks about itself, whereas the other wine is dancing more with the cheese. Okay, anybody else got a comment on that one?
I thought
No?
Oh, you guys sound better now, I think. Try it again. They're sharing earbuds. That's so cute. Okay, talk. You're up on the screen there.
How can you hear us now?
Oh, that's perfect.
All right.
It was just the echo chamber. So, how about this cheese?
You know your
Guys?
friends win.
So which one now?
The Charlevoix. Before we leave the Charlevoix, because you guys were on deck for that one. So what did you think about, you were talking about the Le Clos Jourdain, Gabby, I think?
So, we were talking about that. The first thing, number one, is we agreed with the descriptions of everybody else about the creaminess. On the nose, we felt it was very kind of sesame. So sesame was very strong on the nose.
I found that too. I found sesame as well, yeah.
Are you talking about sesame on the wine or the cheese, did you say?
On the wine.
On the wine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very strong sesame smell. And I find it in many Ontario wines, by the way, especially from the northern part of, or the east part of Ontario. And
That's
this one
so
has as well.
specific and impressive. Oh my goodness. Is that the oak, do you think? Do you think it's the oak doing that?
It may be.
I have a feeling it is.
Okay. So did you think about the other wine? How did that go for you, or did it not really?
So you know the Pinot Noir. So both of us again, we're lucky we're together. We're not
Same
big
palate.
Pinot fans, but this one is very, very interesting. It's I think it needs more time. The tannins are pretty kind of dry, right? Yeah, you have some strong tannins.
Some choppiness.
Okay. All right, good. Y'all look like CNN war correspondents, especially Jason holding his earbud there. Okay.
Back to you, Natalie.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Be careful. Okay. Let's see if Dawn can. Dawn, can you hear us now?
Yes. So is it my turn now?
Okay. That's Dawn, not Dan.
Sorry.
That's okay. It was close. Okay. Dawn is going to lip sync since I've taken her off of sound. Okay. Dawn looks friendly, but we can't hear Dawn. Okay. Sorry, Dawn. Okay. Anybody else have a comment on the Charlevoix? Oh, poor Dawn. I'm going to take her off the big screen. Anybody else before we move on?
I thought that the Alpidon actually worked very well with the Jackson Triggs Reserve Chardonnay.
Okay.
I thought it was, for this cheese, it was the best pairing. I loved how it brought up the vanilla and the subtones of the wine. The cheese pairing was just excellent. Anyways.
Huh, great. Okay, yeah, you're on for Charlevoix, that's right. Okay, we're jumping all around here. Okay, and we've talked to Nina. Did you have anything else about the Charlevoix, Nina?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I love the cheese. It's very creamy, and at the same time, it also has this little crystals that we talked about before about the other cheese.
Yeah.
But it just melts in your mouth, and I guess it will be great with some, I don't know, risotto or pasta. And it's great with the slightly oak Chardonnay, the Jackson Triggs Chardonnay.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's surprising that this particular cheese, it works both ways with Merlot, but I think Chardonnay works a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree.
Better harmony again.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, let's go on to a really intriguing cheese, the onion cheddar cheese, and we've got Mark on deck first for that one. What do you think, Mark, of it? Well, tell us a little bit about where this cheese is from, if you've got that in front of you.
Yeah, I admittedly did a bit of my homework here because I'm definitely more on the wine side of things than the cheese side of things. So I did a bit of my homework. It's from about an hour and 15 minutes southeast of Ottawa, a little town called St. Albert. Very interestingly, though, it was founded in the late 1800s, so it's been around for about 120 years. And also, interestingly enough, it's a cooperative, which I thought was fascinating. So there's over 50 producers that are part of St. Albert Cheeses. So it's actually a bit of a fascinating story. I'd recommend kind of reading up on it for anybody that doesn't know. Like I didn't know about an hour ago. So
just in time research. Good for you.
Exactly. So. No, I actually quite, it was interesting. I enjoyed the cheese. When I looked at the onion cheese and I looked at the Sauvignon Blanc pairing, which was recommended, I was a bit nervous because I was hesitant for an onion cheese, first of all, which I was pleasantly surprised by, and also hesitant for the pairing with the Sauvignon Blanc because admittedly I'm not a fan of Sauvignon Blanc. So it was a tough one, but in all fairness and in all truth, I thought the pairing with the Jackson Triggs Reserve Sauvignon Blanc was actually excellent. It really brought out the flavors. The greenness and the vegetal flavors in the Sauvignon Blanc actually brought out that sort of vegetal flavor that the onion really comes through in that cheese. So I actually thought that pairing worked really, really well.
That's awesome. That's great. And how about the Pinot Noir?
I was less impressed. I thought this Pinot Noir, to someone's comment earlier, is really fruit forward, and I thought maybe a bit harsh. It's a bit you know, it's a 2011, and I thought maybe it was a bit harsh, and the tannins kind of clashed with the cheese, in my opinion. I really thought this cheese did well with the vegetal white wine pairing. I tried it with a couple of Chardonnays, and you know, the unoaked open Chardonnay and the unoaked, the only unoaked one we have. So the unoaked open Chardonnay actually was pretty good, but then the oak and the La Clos and the oak and the Jackson Triggs were too much.
Okay, let's try Dawn. That's very good, Mark. Now let's see. Sorry, Dawn. I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, try, Dawn. I've muted Dawn. Okay. Now I'm going to try to unmute Dawn. Okay. Can someone interpret for Dawn? I'm
Just
sorry,
the
Dawn.
sign language.
Yeah, like I keep trying. Oh, Dawn. Okay. Okay, Dawn, if you could write notes and hold them up to the camera, that would be great.
Backwards.
Oh.
You have to write it backwards.
Yeah. Oh, Dawn, don't get upset. I'm sorry. Okay, who else has something? Dawn, I'll keep trying to unmute you.
Interestingly enough, one comment regarding the cheddar.
Yeah.
If you want to see a bad pairing, I think
Okay.
it just kills the Pinot Noir. If you try
Really?
the Pinot Noir in its
Yeah.
killing and that, just the onion just kills it.
Yeah.
That's good. You know what? Those tips of unpairing are just as valuable as pairing. And it kills it because the Pinot's just too soft, can't stand up to that big onion.
Yeah.
Okay.
And same Merlot. It's just the onion in your mouth. That's all you have.
Yeah. Okay.
Merlot.
Fair
But
enough.
I just had Riesling, but it's actually pairs very well with Riesling.
With
I found that too.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, because we've got 3 glasses sitting here, and I thought, well, let's just try a couple different ones. And I thought the Riesling really picked it up nicely. It gave it a nice herbal, very earthy, grounded kind of feeling with that little bit of sweetness and that onion. I like that.
Okay, great. Perfect.
As well with the Chardonnay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else on this one before we move along?
I'd like to comment on the Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
I love Ontario Sauvignon Blanc, and
Okay.
this is exactly why I like it, because it's grassy, and that's, I think, why it does pair well with the onion cheese. I wasn't thrilled with the onion cheese until I had the Sauvignon Blanc with it, and then I liked them both.
Huh. Well, great. Yeah. Oh, it's nice that green character in the cheese and the wine came together. All right. Well, why don't we move along to?
You have an endorsement for the onion cheese Sauvignon Blanc pairing from both a Ontario Sauvignon Blanc fan in Travis and an Ontario Sauvignon Blanc deterrent in me. So I think
Wow.
that might be a pretty good pairing.
That's pretty good. Yeah. All round a winner. Okay.
Jason.
Yes.
Yeah. It goes really well with the La Clos Jordan Chardonnay.
Oh, the
It goes really
onion.
well, yeah.
Why do you think that works, Jason?
Just the flavors balance and mesh really, really well.
Okay.
There's some the vegetable stuff and the cheese.
Jason, do
Yeah,
you
I
think
agree with that too.
Jason, do you think we should just cut and paste everything went well with the Le Clos
Yeah.
Jordan and make that a general statement?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because I think what's happening with the Le Clos Jordan, I mean, it's a well-made wine. It's one of the more expensive ones that we're tasting tonight. But also, it just has the heft, the body, the depth for cheese. Cheese is a demanding kind of food. It's got richness. It's got mouth coating, action going on. So I think that's probably why it's working so well. All right. Well, why don't we move on to the Madagascar Bothwell cheese? And Sarah, don't leave us now, hon.
Oh, no, I'm right here.
Okay. All right. Why don't you tell us where this one, or cheese, sorry, is from first?
So this is another Ontario cheese, and they're loving the. They have a lovely recipe for a fondue, which includes cream and butter and more wine and the Madagascar cheese on their website, which I think would just be an amazing thing for this cheese because it's so very green peppercorny that it really does need a little something else with it. And I did just try it with the Le Clos Jordan, which of course it goes wonderfully with because doesn't Le Clos Jordan go wonderfully with everything.
Copy paste.
I
Copy
also
paste.
like it with the sparkling ice wine, the Vidal ice wine.
Ah.
I think it's beautiful.
Oh, that's an interesting. I wonder, why do you think it works with the sparkly ice wine? Is it because you got some effervescence going on there as well?
I think that, yeah. I think your suggestion of the sparkling ice wine, the effervescence, the palate cleansingness of the effervescence, and just the sweetness of the wine really goes well with the spiciness of the peppercorn. I mean, really, it's just a base of mild cheese and the green peppercorn.
And there's some effervescence in the Jackson Triggs Riesling, if I'm not mistaken. Do we think that the effervescence in the Jackson Triggs Riesling is helping with this pairing as well?
I think so.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I would be very interested, I think, to try it, although we don't have it in this tasting, but with Gewürztraminer. Because I think the spiciness and the heat that you have will be a very interesting kind of combination with such a grape. So.
Absolutely, and the Gewürztraminer that came out recently from Jackson Triggs was really, really well done for the price point, I thought. It just had some classic Veredal character and can handle, again, these strong flavors of the cheese. Travis, what do you think of this cheese?
I like this cheese, and again, going back to, I always defer to an expert who is my neighbor, and I told her the list of cheese, and she said that she's always very suspicious when there's a flavored cheese, because she is a self-professed cheese snob. But she said that Bothwell, this company from Manitoba, Bothwell they make very good flavored cheese. There's a horseradish cheddar that they make that she loves, and she actually really enjoys this Madagascar too. But the green peppercorn is so prominent. It's delicious. And I didn't get a chance, Natalie, we had set this up ahead of time, to open my ice wine yet. And I've never actually used this to open up a small bottle, but I'm going to go in the background, and if you guys don't hear me come back, it's because I've gone to the hospital, or
do you have insurance? Oh my goodness. Wow, live action. Here we go. He's actually going to try to savor this bottle.
Wow, I never tried it. I'm scared.
Well,
yeah, I'm scared for him.
Not opening the ice wine ahead of time was Travis's first mistake, I'll tell you that.
I know, it could be a little warm. Oh dear. Oh, wow, I wonder what kind of carpet he has.
Yeah.
Okay.
What carpet he used to have? What carpet he used to have, not had.
Well
that did not work very well.
Oh, no. Oh dear. Okay.
That is incredible. That has never happened like that.
Well, only on camera, of course.
It's a delicious wine, so.
I guess, yeah.
Rub it in. Rub it in.
Now you have a Chardonnay. Shards.
I
anyway,
do.
whatever.
I'll check for the shards in it.
Yeah. All right. So anybody else got a comment on this particular, the Madagascar cheese with any
sorry,
wine?
I said it was an Ontario cheese. It's from Manitoba. My apologies.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Madagascar. Is that a region in Manitoba? I guess maybe it's just the name of the Sorry.
I just want to say we were talking about Sauvignon Blanc before.
It's near Flin Flon.
Okay, yeah. Madagascar, right beside the Mississippi River, right? Anyway, I just made my cork fly again. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that
Once again, a professional.
we were talking about the Sauvignon Blanc before, working with the onion cheese.
Yeah.
And I think I tried the Sauvignon Blanc with the Bothwell, and actually there is the thing. My palate is very sensitive to any spices, so this cheese is very spicy for me because. And I think the Sauvignon Blanc works really well. It softens up the palate, and it takes away the spiciness, and it opens up the flavor of the cheese, and it balances the wine. It's wonderful.
Okay. Anybody else? Dan, do you have a comment on this one?
I thought that the Sauvignon Blanc, I will just second Nina on this one because the Sauvignon, and Travis, the Sauvignon Blanc went extremely well with the Madagascar Green, as well as with the Alpidon. Yeah, it's
good.
It just brings out the cheeses nicely, yet the wine still retains its own characteristics.
Yep.
So that was one of the good pairings.
Perfect. Okay.
Try the blue. Try the blue with
Yep.
the ice.
With the ice wine?
Ice wine.
Yep.
Just,
Hey! Don't be
Sorry.
jumping ahead.
Oh, that's moving in on your cheese. John, if you can hear me, why don't you log on and log off, or log off and log on, if you want to try that. Or she probably can't hear me anymore.
That's a nice pairing, Gabby. Love the blue with the sparkling.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you, Gabby.
Okay, perfect. Why don't we go to Allie now, and we're on to the blue cheese.
We are. This cheese is called La Fromagerie de Presbytère Bleu d'Elisabeth.
Congratulations.
Nice to meet
It's
you.
from Quebec. Yes, it's from Quebec. And it's fabulous. I love a blue vein cheese. I love the flavor of it. It's got a really nice pungency to it. I think it's spectacular. It's exactly what I look for in a blue cheese. Didn't love it with the Cab Merlot.
Okay. What happened? Did the wine not stand up to it, or what was the problem there?
I think a little of the wine not standing up to it, and a little bit of just like, this is a hugely powerful cheese. Like, I think this wine would pair well with a lot of the other cheeses we tasted.
Okay.
This is a really, really intense flavored cheese, and I think across the board everyone can agree that it's just perfect with that sparkling ice wine. Do you want me to bottles?
Just look at all those veins. Just look at all those gorgeous veins you have there.
Nice close-up.
All that beautiful mold. And penicillin, it's good for you. And so, when you have all that kind of saltiness, and then you have a soft wine like the Cab Sauv Merlot, it's just not gonna cut it. But ice wine is so sweet and so honey-like. It just really it counters.
I can't taste the Cab Merlot at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Cheese totally overpowers it. So
You really can't taste the Cab Merlot at all with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always refer to blue cheeses as the dominatrix of the cheeses.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
It's crap, really.
What?
So you have to have a wine that's like, ooh, think of 50 Shades of Grey. You have to have a counterbalance with that. And
Oh,
so,
now we're starting talking here.
Time to wrap up. That's great.
If I may jump in here, I think that the creaminess of the cheese complements the fruit. And the citrus and the minerality just works very well with the blue cheese.
It does.
I find that also the finish for both, once you have them both, the finish goes like forever, right? It's like, speaking of 50 Shades of Grey, I mean, like, this is really a nice combination.
It is. It is. And do you think, Courtney, that there's something about sweet wine that's what do they call it? Osmotic, like it absorbs. Blue cheese is so strong, but the sugar in the wine just sort of sucks it up or something. I don't know what's going on chemically there.
Yeah, well, it's just, I think, the cheese is sucking up the other wines. It's and the only one that can stand up to it so far.
I think it works on the opposite. There's strong flavor on the ice wine.
Yeah.
And strong flavor on the blue cheese.
Right.
And, opposite magnets, they, come together. So, same thing, this works together here.
Okay.
Beautiful contradiction.
I love this ice wine, and God bless you guys for bringing me to ice wine. What I really want to taste this with is foie gras. I am going to taste this with foie gras because that would be such a creamy, bitter, sweet, smooth combination. I just think this would be an excellent foie gras wine.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
I should have opened it on Thanksgiving.
So when are we coming over?
Yes, indeed. I think there's something about this particular ice wine, because it's got the effervescence, this one, that there's something, just a lovely balance, a nervy edge of acidity, and yet that sweet underlay that just makes it encompass just about anything.
The bubbles really clean the palate too at the same time, so it really makes the way for anything you're.
Yeah, and bubbles are still alive.
You're probably the only one that can really stand up.
Yeah.
You mean that we can start all over now?
Yeah, exactly.
I tried
Sorry, Allie?
the blue cheese with the Riesling that we have as well, and blue cheese and Riesling are usually pretty good friends, but this Riesling doesn't have quite the acidity to pair up with this particular blue cheese. But I think if you were to have a Riesling with really substantial acidity, that would be just ideal for this particular cheese.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so
I thought
something
the
really
sweetness in the Riesling actually went well with the blue cheese. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah. I think when you're cooking with blue cheese, walnuts and pears, right? So you need that the sweetness of a fruit with the sweetness of a fruit with blue cheese. So a Riesling that has a little more sweetness, and I think that's why the ice wine goes so well with it. It's got that thick syrupy fruit that pears do for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you could
Good
just
point.
serve this. You could just serve this ice wine with that cheese as a dessert anytime, and I think you'd have a hit on your hands no matter what.
Yeah,
do that.
Simple.
This afternoon I decided to do a few things that go with some of the cheeses that we were doing. So we've been sampling on the side. So this is a cardamom pear butter.
Oh,
specifically for this blue.
No. That's not fair. Hey, that's not fair. Wait.
And then I did a brandy papanut, and then I did a mushroom.
Oh yeah, rub it in.
I got a loaf of bread that I bought. And that's what I used.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
When we have come over.
Today was toasted pistachios with the comfort cream, which is a nice counterbalance. A little sweet, a little toasty, nice and warm.
My goodness. So next time I ask who wants to team up with Corina, your answer will be... Some people are going to drive from Toronto.
I'm in. I'll be there.
Who wants to carpool?
Maybe we should do this at Natalie's, and I'll just bring the food.
Okay, sure. Party. Well, you consider yourself invited.
No pressure. And it's
No
recorded.
pressure. Yeah, no.
Natalie has a wonderful kitchen, so.
Oh, thank you, Corina. Yes, come cook, because you know I can't. So, guys, as we wrap up, maybe we'll just go right across the board here, starting with Allie. Your favorite wine and cheese pairing tonight. Not everybody can choose Le Clos Jardin with everything, but Allie has managed to put herself on the left and first. So, Allie.
Well, I picked the Clos Jardin. Sorry, everyone else. I think Le Clos Jardin and the Comfort Cream is probably my highlight for the night. I just thought it was spectacular, and I plan on finishing her off when we're done.
Finishing her off. All right. Go, Allie. Wow. All right. Courtney, your favorite. Yeah. Go ahead if you want.
I definitely like the blue and the ice wine.
Yeah.
I get to say that. It's so decadent. It's such a robust flavor.
Yeah.
And
Good choice.
For me, a taste that we didn't get to talk about with the Madagascar and the Merlot. I love spice and I love pepper. And so for me, it just brought more pepper to the fore. So it was like pepper on pepper. And I love that kind of a palate overlay. So for me, it was like an explosion of pepper in my mouth. And Kipsian and me are good friends. So
that's great. Oh, thank you for bringing that up, Corina. Yeah, we did miss that point, but that's terrific pairing. Thank you. All right, Dan.
For me, this is a little bit unusual because I'm a red wine drinker, but this time it was the white wines that went very well with the cheeses. Okay. So I have 3 picks. So the Alpignon with the Riesling was just excellent as far as I was concerned. Then the wine that I was assigned, the Reserve Chardonnay from Jackson & Triggs. Work with the cheese that I was assigned, which is the Charlevoix 1608.
Yeah.
And of course, as everybody liked the blue cheese with the sparkling, so that's definitely.
Yeah, that was terrific. Perfect. All right, Jason.
Definitely the sparkling ice wine with the Elizabeth Blue. That was my top pairing. It was just absolutely delicious.
I think Dan actually took all the options, so
Yeah.
nothing left after Dan. Come on, Dan.
He's thorough.
Sorry. I didn't get my turn
No, you
before.
said this,
So.
that, and that. Actually, with this, and that.
I left all the red wines, okay?
Yeah, he did leave those.
I think for me, by far, the combination with the... So first of all, I'm not a big ice wine lover. And this one was by far the best combination with almost everything. So
Okay.
I'm pleasantly surprised that the blue cheese, again, with this sparkling, was just outstanding.
It was, wasn't it? All right. Mark.
Well, this is kind of a tough one now, isn't it? Since I think the top choices have been taken, but I guess I have to go with. I've already publicly declared on Twitter what my winner was, so I can't really shy away from it now. But I got to go with the Enniskillen ice wine with the blue cheese as well. It's just unbelievable, and
It is.
I think hands down that Enniskillen ice wine is also the wine of the night. I mean, it's priced as such, and it should be expected to be good, but. I mean, I seriously think that ice wine is one of the best wines I've ever tasted, frankly, and I think that ice wine is absolutely phenomenal. I could pair it with just about anything, and I could just sit here and sip it on its own, which I think I've been doing anyways. So
That's great. You know, and we forget about ice wine, you know, because we get full, we end the meal or whatever, or we treat it like a gift wine all the time. But it is just phenomenal, especially if you could move it to the front of the meal and just have some cheeses with it. I think that is, we gotta not, you know, overlook this gorgeous wine. All right.
If you have ice wine in your wine rack that was a gift, drink it. Have
Yeah.
some fun.
Exactly. All right, Nina.
And delicate wine.
It is given ice wine and blue cheese. Everyone agreed on that. But well, I was just trying and experimenting. So Cab Merlot and Alpinoon actually works well, to my surprise, because it does works well with the white wine mostly.
Yeah.
But I'm aiming to that. It's a little bit acidity in cheese that, you know, tangles in your mouth, and it softens up with the tannins.
Okay.
Funny to say, but it is a balance. That's what I'm always looking for when I'm pairing wine and food. Balance. So that worked.
Perfect. Okay, Sarah.
All right. Well, I have to say that Cindy and I have mostly destroyed the Alpendon cheese. Mrs. Mays, yeah. We've been drinking it with Le Clos Jardin, but we also really enjoy the blue cheese with the ice wine, which everyone else does as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, Travis.
One of the things I like doing at a restaurant instead of ordering a dessert is to get the cheese platter to finish a meal, and the iced wine would be great with almost all of these cheeses. Obviously the blue everyone loves. I was surprised because I think out of all these cheeses on their own, the cheddar with onion was my least favorite, but when I paired it with the Sauvignon Blanc, I loved them both.
Good. Okay.
So it really
Perfect.
brought out the best parts of that cheese for me with that Sauvignon Blanc.
Wow, this has been a great discussion. I really appreciate the homework that you guys did. You're very diligent, very hedonistic. I'll just throw it in there. It's redundant, but blue cheese and ice wine, for me, it was a bit of a revelation because I really am not a blue cheese fan lover. And so this is bringing me there slowly. And
Converted.
very slowly. Yeah. Oh, thank you. A moment. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. This is a great chat. We're going to get together again to do more cheese and wine tastings, but we're also going to do other themes, other groups of wines, other types of food pairings. So send me your ideas, and anybody watching, send us your ideas and any impressions you had if you tasted along with us while we were doing this, or later when I post it on the blog and YouTube. We'd love to hear from you as well. So good night, and I think no one's going to have a half bottle left of this sparkling or some of these others, but you guys enjoy the rest of what you've got left there in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Natalie.
All right,
Thank
cheers.
you, Natalie.
Take care.
Thank you. Cheers, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Okay. Click, click.
What do I have here?